Well, for many Indians in the US, selling property in India feels like the end of financial chapter. You sell your ancestral home, an apartment, and investment property, pay the tax in India, transfer the money, and move on. Sounds simple, right? Well, not if you are a US tax resident, because while you may think that the whole transaction is over, the IRS could be looking at the very same sale from a very complete different angle. Now, here's why it matters. If you are living in the US on an H-1B visa, a green card, or if you are a US citizen, America taxes your worldwide income. That means even though the property is in India, the profit from selling it still has to be reported on your US tax return. And I've repeated this again and again. Many Indians assume that once they have paid tax in India, they are done. Unfortunately, it's not true. Well, let's start with the first trap here. In India, many people use legal exemptions like Section 54 and Section 54 EC by reinvesting the money into another house or certain government bonds. This could reduce or even eliminate capital gains tax in India. Sounds like a smart tax saving move, right? But here's the catch. Since you didn't actually pay tax in India because of the exemption, you may not get a foreign tax credit in the US. And if there's no tax credit, the IRS could tax your entire capital gain. And yes, then comes the second surprise. Even if you pay full tax in India and claim a foreign tax credit on your US federal return, some American states don't recognize that credit. States like California, states like New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, these states can still tax the same income. So yes, one property sale could lead to the tax in two different countries and even at two different levels inside the US. And there's one more complication that catches many people off guard. Currency exchange. The IRS does not calculate your gain in Indian rupees. It calculates everything in US dollar. If exchange rates changed between the time you bought the property and the time you sold it, it could end up showing a larger taxable gain in the dollar term, even if your actual profit in India was small. In some situations, people have even faced taxes on what feels like a paper gain. That's why financial experts say that selling property is no longer just about finding the right buyer. It is also about planning the transactions before you sign the sale deed. Understanding how Indian tax rules and US tax rules work together, it can save you from any sort of expensive surprise later. Because in cross-border taxation, what you don't know can end up costing you far more than what you earn.